my model essentially is the 1 hour power of 3. What I look to enter inside of here on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, inside of this candle's wick. So I'll show you how that worked here. So essentially, this is your 1 hour candle. It'll be from 9 to 10, right? And then every hour in between. So essentially, I'm trying to get my entry somewhere here, right? If this is my candle, our open is over here somewhere. We then get below the open, which is where you really want to be, to then go higher, right? You want this, your most optimal entry will always be at the bottom end of the candle, of your 1 hour candle. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. So this is my 5-minute. As you can see, we had sell side here. This here on ES was equal lows. So I took a trade here to target those equal lows and I held for a runner here because I thought that the market could potentially end up going a lot lower, tapping, as I said, into that daily fair value gap one more time, potentially sweeping the previous day low. Okay, and as well as we were above midnight open, etc., etc. But that's a different thing. So as you can see here, our 5-minute fair value gap is over here, as well as some sell side here. So we swept the sell side into the 5-minute, as well as tapping back into the 1 hour fair value gap, which this would another complicated thing. We're in the upper quadrant of this fair value gap, meaning that we don't even want to get here or here, which means we are pretty bullish, which is a good signal for me. Okay, we then have the previous day high here as our target, and look at that, we have literally run. I mean, I took a partial here and something up here, but this is a very good example of how the market moves. So on my 1 minute, I then look for either a IFEG, a change, or a change in the state delivery. So I didn't manage to get an IFEG, like would have been ideal, but I didn't end up getting one. So, which is inverse fair value gap, or an inversion fair value gap. So I waited for the change in the state. If we went and took this previous day high first, I probably would have been done without even looking. But I then would have probably looked for an entry, probably here during the macro. This probably would have been my entry here. Okay, so anyways, but this is my model here. This is a model that I like to use, bar the macro. So we weren't in a macro, unfortunately, but this was still a very good and very clean setup. So came down, here's the 5-minute fair value gap here. We then swept and had a massive just rally up here. We then went and created the change in the state here, which is the close above the last set of down close candles. I then entered on this pullback on this candle here, somewhere inside here, just targeting the previous day high, took a partial there and then held until I think here, which was when ES took its pre-market high. So let me put the thingies on. Yeah, as you can see, that's what I took. My initial entry was on the inversion here to go and take out this low, which we did. I moved it to break even, so as I said, so I made a little bit of profit before I even took this. I was offside, but as I said, my goal for the day is I was overall bullish, but I wanted to see us go lower first, so kind of, yeah, was looking for lower prices first. We then took the sell side inside this 5-minute. We then rallied up, closed above this, changed the state. I then entered here. It would be here somewhere, but I entered here, tried to get as close inside here. My stop loss was quite tight. I kept it here because I did not want price to go any lower. But price, I was in no drawdown for this. We then rallied on up, as you can see here, and here's price again. But I made what I needed to for this trade. Didn't need any more, so I was pretty happy with that. And again, could have held it for longer. Decided not to. As you can see again. So here you go. We then have this 5-minute fair value gap here. This is your open on the candle. We're now down in this part of the hourly. So this is again another power of 3 model here. Again, this could fail, but this is kind of what I look for. Yeah, as I said, very simple model. The 1 hour power of 3 using the 5-minute and then a 1-minute inversion or change in the state. That is my model. So yeah. Key takeaways: internal to external, external to internal. It can be used on pretty much any time frame, but the higher time frame, you're less likely to kind of get stopped out. It just shows a clearer picture. So yeah, I think a very clean trade in my opinion, and very simple by entry models and very simple methods that I think anyone can really follow. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Just thought I'd run you guys through a very simple 1 hour power of 3.